Am I audible? Am I audible to you? Okay, okay. Thank you, Danish. Thank you, Vivek. So, the very first thing we will start today is SQL, Structured Query Language. Okay, so it's our day 4, and we will start today's session with SQL, that is Structured Query Language. We already seen about Tableau, and I'm happy to see your assignments that you uh, submitted. All assignments are very nice. The performance that is shown in your assignments are very great. You've shown a very good dashboards that you learned in 2 days. The learning of 4 hours is not enough for Tableau. Then even you've shown a great performance in those assignments. It's very nice to see all of the assignments and the dashboards with the detailed reports. Very nice. So similarly, we will start today's session with the SQL. Before starting the SQL, we need to know two things. First is what is SQL? Okay, and just a moment. So what we will do, we will see what is SQL. I just got a message from uh, one of the lead of a college. Uh, about 20 to 22 learners are from the various colleges. They said they are not able to join today, so we will compensate it in upcoming classes. It doesn't matter. Okay. So before starting the SQL, let me tell you that SQL is basically not a language. The name language is over there, but it is not a language. It is a normal conversation structure that we call it query language. Okay, as we what we are doing, we are using a conversational language. Okay, and it is a query language. Okay, so the very first thing I need to know from you all that just check your team section. I uploaded a folder named data set. Okay, you need that data set today while performing with the SQL. Okay. So first of all, the installations and data set has to be arranged on the place. Okay, so just check on today's structured query language session. So just check on your teams. You will find over there a folder. Check into general or announcements like that. In that top side, there is a file section. You will find a folder over there named datasets. Just check that part and let me know is you got the file over there or not. A named dataset is over there. In capital letter, it is shown as a datasets. Please let me know. Check and let me know. Vivek, did you find that? Satyam, good. Found, sir, good. No, sir. Yasin, are you in team? Do we have access for that? In your left side, Maheshwar, Maheshweta, Shweta, just see the in your left side, there is many options available. Just click on Teams. When you will go on Teams, you will find option that said Business Analytics 1 week training. Okay. Over there, you will find the option for journal. There is an option. Okay. Okay. Those who are not getting, there is dashboard but no database, data set. Okay. Uh, can I share on our WhatsApp group? If you are able to download from that there, I am sharing that on the group. Just a moment. There are 8 CSV or you can say 8 Excel files. I just shared on WhatsApp group. Download those files from the group. Do you all have access for Google Drives? All you have Google Mails, na? Gmails. Okay. Okay, good. Just a moment. I will create a Google Drive for you. So the issue for sharing material will be solved. Okay. So the feedback form which you will fill today, please all of you fill it so that your email ID will be with us, so I can share the drive with you. Okay, so all of you got the files now. Satyam, at the end you will get a feedback form link. So fill that feedback form so we can get your email ID into that. So through your email IDs, we will share a Google Drive to you. Okay. So moving ahead, let's see. I am sharing you two links now. Okay, to download SQL. Right. So just a moment. Let me share you two more links. Sharing the links here. You got the first link. And the second one is this. Okay, use first link first and second and followed another. Okay, let me share you my desktop so easily you will understand. Okay, Triveni, which SQL server is it? Microsoft SQL server. Okay, that's great. So those who are not having SQL installed with you, follow these steps. You have two links with you. First one is your SQL server. Copy that link, open it. Just a moment. Now the screen is visible to all of you. Okay. Now copy the first link below that I provided you, the SQL server. Then going to the tab, paste it here, enter. Or you can click directly over there also. In below side, you will find the Express part. SQL Server 2019 Express. Okay. We will not go with the developer section. We will download the Express section. Okay. Click on download now. I already downloaded it. That's why it is showing that you already have. So just download it and double click to get installed. I used the second link that I provided to you. This one, SQL Server. The first link that I copied in your chat box. Okay. Use the link that I provided first in the chat box. This one. Okay. You will find over here. This website will be opened through that. Okay. Scroll down and you will find Express section over here. Developer and Express. We will not go with the developer section. We will move with the Express section. Okay. Click on download and download it, and by double click over there, you can install it. Start installing that section. And now moving towards the second section. So while installing, it will be downloaded also. Okay. Go for the second one. When you will go with the second link, this interface will be over there. I will wait till you will. Yes. The very first part, Vivek, when you will install it, when you will start to install it, it will ask you three things: basic, custom, or download media. Go with the basic. Okay. Let me share the links again. This one is the first one that you need to go. It will show you the interface like this. This one. Okay. While it get installed, it will take some time because it will download some more things from the internet. So meanwhile, go with the second link. Let me share you the second link also. This one is the second link. This link will move you towards the interface that is visible on your screen. Okay. Over here, scroll down and go with download SSMS. Okay. Click on this that is shown in blue, free download for SQL Server Management Studio, SSMS 18.12.1. Click on that. Don't click to the link that is above it, because that will again let you install the same server that you already installed, because that's the reason. So just click on free download for SQL Server Management Studio, SSMS 18.12.1. Okay. This whole is of, let me tell you, 676 MB. Okay. 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 676 MB. it will be of 676 MB. The previous one is of only 6 MB. Both of these are required while going to the your studio. Okay, Satyam, good. Free download for SQL Server Management Studio. All of you done? You need to install both of the things. Okay, it's okay. We will wait because if the SQL is not installed in your system, then you are not able to do anything today. We will wait for that. That's why for today and today onward, for 3 days, the classes will be of 3 hours. Because in 2 hours, it is not possible to complete your SQL basics and your R basics, as well as the 3 projects that we will complete on day after tomorrow. Sumuki, choose select basic. From the first link, let me show you. The first link will move you on this page. Okay, Sumit? So from here, download your Express part. This one. Developer and Express, two options are available here. Download your Express part. And from second link, 667 MB file, downloaded both. Okay, Sumit. Now install the first one that you downloaded from the Express. Just double click and install that part first, and then after installing the first part, install the second one, which is 667 MB. Because one is your server and second is your interface. Understood, Sumit? Did you understood the steps, Sumit? Okay, good. Shweta, you can close it. The Express edition is already installed now. Close that. You can close it. It will take few minutes to install both the things. Depends on internet as well as the configuration of your system. No, you don't need to install Express in SQL Server. Share the screenshot that you are facing. Priya, are you using your mobile? Who told me that using mobile? Because on mobile, how will you install all these things? Someone told me. Dashboard, dataset set. Okay. TPO. Uh, I'm not getting what you are asking about. Can you share screenshot? This one you have to go with. Nothing else. Free download for SQL Server Management Studio SSMS. Yes, exactly right, Shweta. Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio with Azure Data Studio. That's right. So let's move ahead with today's session of SQL. Okay. Hope you all installed both of the setups. If you are facing any issues that shows the setup is not installed or something like that, you may contact me by tomorrow morning at any time in between 12 to 4. Okay, 11:30 to 4, right? IST, Indian Standard Time. According to Indian Standard Time, you can you can drop me a message. I will resolve that issue. Okay. These PPTs are also shared with you. So, and the recordings also will be provided to you on YouTube by tomorrow. All the recordings from the right from the first day by today. Okay. So, total of 4 to 5 recordings will be provided to you by tomorrow. So don't worry about that. Okay, you will be able to execute all the commands and all the things. Just observe what is going on and how to implement the things, because SQL is not a typical you can say query language to implement. It is very easy to understand. So let's move ahead. Starting with the introduction to SQL. So as we all see that SQL is a structured query language. It is also well known or famous with the name SQL. Okay, SQL standard language that helps to access and to manipulate the databases or data sets, right? And what is SQL? SQL, as I told you, the full form is structured query language. It accesses and manipulates the databases and data sets. Okay. And the second thing, SQL is a standard of ANSI, that is American National Standard Institute. That is in 1986, it gets standardization. And in 1987, it gets standardized from ISO, that is International Organization for Standardization. So from these two organizations, SQL get standardized. Okay, so you observe many versions of SQL, that is your MySQL, PostSQL, NoSQL, Oracle SQL, right? So there is some standardization. Those standards can't be changed in any versions. Okay, so if you are working on some version, let's say we are working on Microsoft SQL Server. So if you will work on Oracle SQL, very minor differences will be observed, and minor differences in your commands, right? Moving ahead, what SQL can do. These are very few points that I elaborated in this slide. SQL do any task with the databases. So executing queries, retrieving the data, inserting the records, updating, deleting, creating the databases, creating new tables. Okay, so many things, or you can say if you want to do anything with the database, SQL is the single point solution for that. Any calculations, any manipulations, any extractions. Okay, so you can do it with SQL, right? SQL has a standards that I already told you, from ANSI and ISO. There are many versions also available, so they have to follow these standards, right? So I shown you some commands from the standard point of view, that is select, update, delete, insert, where, right? So what is standardization? Standardization stands that these type of commands which are used frequently with each and every SQL developer. So these can't be changed. In all versions, you will find these type of commands to be same in all versions. This is known as SQL standardization, right? As you will move ahead with the advanced things in SQL, there is a little bit more difference in different type of versions. Okay, so up to intermediate section, or you can say up to some server programmings or server queries, the system is almost similar in all the versions, right? As you all know, or if you don't know, let me make you understand that SQL is very important while creating websites. Why? Because wherever wherever the data is available, or you are dealing with the data management system, at that point you need SQL also. Okay, in website you collect the information from the user through signups, sign-ins, right, from queries. So how to handle that data set or the databases, SQL need at that point also. Okay, the second one is your RDBMS, relational database management system. Whole SQL works on this thing, because and whole websites and all these things are working on relational databases, right? The database which is related to each other. We will see what is RDBMS. Okay, so for the server side scripting language like PHP, ASP, these can be connected with SQL very easily. Okay, and by using SQL, you can collect the data that you want in very easy manner, right? So that's the importance of SQL. Okay, to use HTML and CSS to style the page, also again SQL is required. Okay, so that's why SQL is needed in website designings, right? We seen that the word RDBMS. Okay, so RDBMS implements for relational database management system. Okay, and what is this RDBMS? RDBMS is the basic for SQL, as relational database management system. It stores database objects called tables. You all are aware about the terminology of tables. We already discussed in the sessions of Tableau also that table contains some related databases. It have some columns and it have some rows. The column contains the attributes or the name of the you can say the fields, and rows contains the entries, right? So there is some relation in between all these things, those columns and those rows, right? So now if you observe, we have many data sets with us. I shared you 8 files. Okay, so not moving with the exercise right now, we are just understanding. After this session we will move on to your you can say SQL. Okay, so the from this RDBMS we have some database with us. We have these type of servers. Either you are working with Microsoft SQL Server, either you will work with IBM database to Oracle, MySQL, okay, Microsoft Access. All these are the part of relational database management system. Okay, to understand the relational database management system, here is an example that you have a file named customers. Okay, the data sets that I shared, you can open it in Excel also, and for understanding you can see over there. And if you wish, we will open it into customers in SQL. Okay, this is a command in SQL. Okay, the last one which is in blue, we will do it in SQL later on when we will insert those data sets into SQL. Okay, it's just introduction right now, so you don't need to follow it into SQL, because this at this moment you isn't imported the data sets into SQL, so it will not retrieve you anything. It will show you the error. Okay, First of all, understand the things. Open the open the customers table in Excel. Okay. What you will see, you will observe there is some attributes, there is some entries, right? So what are these entries? The very first entry is your customer ID, right? The second entry is your customer name. Third is your contact name, then your address, city, postal code, and country. Okay. So these are the headings, or you can say the entries in your customers table. This shows that there the data available in this file are related to these headings only. Okay, the data is related to these, to the entries of these fields only. This is related to each other. If suppose there is a customer ID name 1, this ID is related to this customer name, and this customer name is related to the contact name of the person, and this contact name is related to the address of this customer's city, the postal code where the customer lives, the country. So all of these are interconnected to each other. This is known as relational database. Okay. And the field in a column in a table that is designed to maintain specific information about every record in the table. We already discussed this thing, that the column containing some attributes, or you can say some headings, so that rows contains the data sets related to that column only. Okay. In very first table that you opened, which is customers table, containing 91 rows. Okay. Moving ahead, we will not consume much time on these theoretical aspects. Just understanding what is relational databases. SQL syntax. Database table having some syntaxes with us. Syntax means the structure of query, the order in which the query is to be asked in SQL is your syntax. It's called the syntax. Okay, just understood this, that syntax is the structure that should be followed when you are querying in this SQL. Okay, moving ahead, SQL statements. Remember the terminologies. When we will say syntax, it's the structure of the query. Okay, when we say SQL statements, it means we are querying through some statement. This whole part, as the example I've shown you, this whole thing is called the statement. The starting point to the end point. Either there will be multiple rows. It's 1, 2, 3 like that. So from the beginning to the end, where we end the query, the whole part is known as the SQL statement of that query. Okay, you have two terminologies now. One is the syntax, second one is your statements. Okay, don't get confused in both of these things. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can drop in your chat box. Very interesting part of SQL, that SQL is not case sensitive. It means either you can type in small letters or in capital letters. It will not affect the main query, right? And what is the role of semicolon? This is known as semicolon. Let me show you this thing. Okay. What is the role of semicolon? Semicolon is implemented when the statement, when the SQL statement get ended. Moving back to the slide, this is your semicolon. Okay, so where the statement get ended, where we complete our query, at that point semicolon is to be placed. Okay, and if suppose you are inserting multiple queries in your single section, then you have to separate all those queries or your statements by semicolon. So what semicolon does? Semicolon separates the statements to execute. If you will execute all the queries together, then SQL will execute by semicolon to semicolon. It will not execute the whole query at a single time. It will execute the first part where semicolon comes, then you have to execute again, then it will execute the second statement, then again you have to execute, so it will execute or run the third statement. Okay, like that. So semicolon used where you have to stop the execution. Okay, here are some important SQL commands. Either you can write these commands, or I will share you this PPT of it also. So remember these commands. These are the commands which are very frequently used in your SQL queries, right? So along with the description, it is mentioned that select, update, delete, insert, create database, alter database. The words is itself explanatory. That select means to extract data from a database, right? Second is to update data in a database. So simple. And delete, they don't even need to get remember, because these terminologies are used in day by day working. Create database, so simple that it creates a new database. Whenever we need to create a new database, we don't remember that what will be the command. It's very simple that it is a create database. And when we need to create a new table, the command is create table, right? And to delete a table, drop table. Okay, like that. So isn't it so simple to remember these commands, right? Let's move ahead. Just a moment. Okay, let me share you another PPT. This is the introduction of your SQL. So we will start now with the SQL. Okay, so from the SQL, you can say from the SQL section, we will execute these things. Okay, so let me share you one slide now. Just a moment. Vivek, I didn't share it till now. That's why it is not showing you. Just a moment. Just a moment, I am sharing. Is it blank again? Okay, it's on the screen now, right? Nice. Moving ahead. So we will see a few things from the PPT. The very first thing is your syntax. What are the syntax? And SQL select function, then the select distinct function, where function, and or not function. Okay. So as fast as you will perform the tasks, we will complete as much as SQL. It depends on you. We have 1.5 hour with us because tomorrow we will conduct class for Excel, Microsoft Excel. Okay, just a moment. Now, the select statement. The very first statement that you need to know is your select statement, right? So, select statement is what? Let's move on your SQL. Okay, let's move with SQL. We will see over there. Just a moment. Now you have to insert your databases that I provided you. My screen is visible to you. The SQL, right? Okay. So moving ahead, you will find a new query option on the top toolbar. Click on that new query. Just a moment. Just a moment, friends. Now you are able to see the screen. Okay. Now see what you have to do. The very first thing, understand the interface. Okay. This one is your tab menu where you found your new query. Okay. So what screen you have right now is like this. Okay. Click on new query from here. When you will click it, the new query section will open. Here you will write all the SQL statements, okay, or all the queries that you have to give to the data sets. Okay. So, and here this is known as the SQL server. Let me expand it. Okay. This is the server on which you are working. You installed two softwares today. One is this desktop, or you can say the studio where you work with SQL queries. Okay. And the second one is your server. Okay. Server, because while you will work in industry, you have the server at your remote location, maybe, or you will working on cloud system, that space available on internet or any other servers. Okay. So this server is a virtual server available at your local disk. Okay. So SQL need to connect with some server. So we installed the server also. This is your SQL Express that you installed, SQL Server 15.0.2 not. Okay. This is your databases. The databases that are connected with the server will be displayed over here. Okay. So this is the part where you will work with your databases. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have 8 Excel files with you and you need to insert those tables into SQL. Let me tell you a very simple way to insert the files into SQL. That is, right from the first step, what you will do, create a new database. Right click on database. Follow me. Okay. Right click on database and then click on new database. It will show you a pop-up window. Just a moment. Like this. It will show you a pop-up window. Just say You can name it as you wish, but remember, don't leave any spaces in any name of your databases or any table. That impacts a lot in SQL. Don't left any blank spaces. Business analytics June batch. Okay, you can give any name to your database, right? Then click on OK. See, the database is created right now here. Okay, now right click on this database. Are you all getting the steps I am telling you? Say yes or no in chat box. Yes. 2 yes only. Be fast. Are you getting the steps I told you till now? Did you created the database, all of you? Okay, that's nice. Okay, now right click on the database. Okay, go in tasks. Go in tasks. Then in second last in from down, or you can say bottom, from the down side, or you can say in bottom options, there is import flat file. Click on that. It will open a new pop-up window. Okay, like this. Is my screen clear to you or it blurry? Is it clear? It's blur, 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 blur. Okay, just a moment. So, but hope you are getting what I am trying to tell you. We will move ahead. It will get refreshed soon. Okay. So you found this pop-up window. Okay. Now browse from here. In right side, you found an option to browse. Click on that and insert one by one all the Excel files that I shared with you. Right? The steps that you need to follow is when it asks for any file, just see one example, that is categories, then open. When you click on open, it will show you the name of the file automatically. Okay, then click on next. It will show you the description of the file. Hope you all see your own screen. That is your category ID, category name, description. This is the entries that are available in that file. Okay, Then also again click on next. Right, in this option you have to tick allow nulls. This one, click on allow nulls. Nulls means the blank spaces available in your data set. We will discuss it on later, but right now you have to click allow nulls. Okay, then click on next. Okay, finally click on finish. Insert data, ticked by green button, it means your data is already inserted. Close this file and do the same thing with the other 7 files also. Follow these steps for all of the remaining 7 files. Yes, repeat the same steps for all the other 7 files. See, I am repeating the same things again. Don't do it with the create table. It is extra with us. Don't have that file, I thought so. And customers, next. It will show you the table content. Okay, then click on next. Click on allow nulls. Then click on next. Then click on finish. Then close. Repeat these steps 7 times. Just watch me. Watch the screen. I am repeating the steps 7 times. Good, Vivek. Let me insert it also. Now see, you all inserted all the tables in your SQL. Okay, so where these tables are, click on the plus sign just aside of your new database. You will find all these tables that you inserted into the table section. See here, all these files are now inserted into your SQL. Okay, so let's start with the very first query. Okay, what you need to do now, see, the very first query is your select star from which table? Your customers. Now you all can see that your customers table is not visible into drop down. Why it is happening? You need to refresh this first, like this. Refresh it 2 to 3 times. Okay, then the second thing you have to do, remember this step, and don't ever forget to change your data set. From here, where master data set is available, you have to select the data set that on which you are working right now. That is your BA June batch, which is mine. Whatever is your data set's name, go with it. Okay, now select star from customers, just backspace. Now see customers, you found the table right now. Here this, select all this statement and click on execute. Do these steps. To retrieve the table, or to see what the data is present in the table, we use select statement. Okay, and to understand better, select star means all the data that is available in the data table. Okay, and from where you want to retrieve the data, the name of the table. Okay, this, do it, and write select from statement for all these tables and see what are the entries available in that. Okay, Okay, now we will see different commands. Just a moment. My screen is visible to you all, right? So now follow the steps that I will show you. Okay, this is the syntax. Hope the slide is visible to you. This is known as the syntax, where I told you the structure of your statement. That is, select column 1 comma column 2 comma from table name. To retrieve any data from any table, you have to select the name of the column which you want to retrieve individually. Okay, and from where you want to retrieve the data, you have to mention the name of the table. And if you want to retrieve all the data from the table, just put a star after select, as we done just before this slide. Okay, this is the same thing. Select star from table name, right? This table will be retrieved when you will select star from customers. Okay, that we have done just before it. Okay, now moving ahead with the selecting particular column from the customers table. Whatever the commands I will show you, follow it into your SQL platform. Type this one. Select customer name, city from customers. Okay, do it. And what you will retrieve? You will retrieve the customer name and city only. You have many things in the customers table, but what will you retrieve? You will retrieve only customer name and city from this statement, right? So to retrieve a particular column from the table, we mention the name of the attribute of that table, or you can say the name of the column only, right? All done? Understood how to retrieve a particular column from the table? Okay, moving ahead. And when you will use select star, it means it will retrieve all the attributes or all the columns of the table from the name of the table customers, right? Now the next command, that is select distinct. What is distinct? Distinct means it will give you the unique values. It will give you the unique values of that table, or a particular table or particular column. Suppose there are many different values in a column. Say a column with the name of country, or you can say a column with the name of state. It have many duplicate values, right? Suppose it have many values with the name of Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, like that. So what is distinct statement used for this whenever you will implement the select distinct command, it will give you only the unique values. It will not repeat the values. It will give you the unique terms only. Let's see. Let me share my SQL. If it will be visible. Okay, now see here the functions available with us. We seen the distinct function. Okay, distinct function will filter your entries with your unique values. What we have seen, we have 4 points right now. First, execute the first function. It will show you all the entries available with us in the table of customers. Select star means select all the entries. Select all the entries from customers table. Right? Second one, select country from customers. It means you are selecting a particular column from the customers table. Okay, that's the thing. In your first query, in a first statement, you just executed to see all the entries in customers. But in second entry, you only executed your query for a particular column. When you execute this statement, you will see there are 91 rows available in the bottom. Okay, let me see. Am I audible to you? Okay. So the next thing is your select distinct function. Select distinct function give you the unique values of that particular column. Okay. See, when we executed this statement, we retrieved 91 rows. Bottom right, you retrieved 91 rows in this statement. Now see what distinct function does. Select it and execute it. Now you can see there are only 21 rows remaining in this statement. So what will happen? Distinct function retrieved only the values which are unique from those 91 rows. Okay, so the unique values are only 21 in country column. That's why distinct function is used. Okay, now execute the third one, fourth one, and tell me in the chat box that what count you are getting. Just copy and paste this statement and use the count function. It will count all the distinct values. Yes, right. Let other also execute. Let me know what count you are getting. Be fast. 21. Okay, Sumit. Vivek, Shweta, Anshuman. 204 rows. Shweta, how you are getting 201, 204 rows? Check the command. You have to retrieve only 21 rows, 21 number. When you will execute it, you will get only the number, the total number that are distinct in country. Okay. What about others? What about others? I'm not getting the answers. One, two, three, four. Only four persons replied me. Anshuman, did you executed that these commands? Yashashwini, Yashashwini sir, good Shweta, good. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so now you know that what the star function does, how to retrieve a single column from the table, how to count the distinct values in a particular column, and third one is how to count the distinct values. You can try this one also. Just replace this distinct. Okay, just remove the distinct from your last statement and then execute. Then tell me what is the output you are getting, 91 or 21. Is it 91 or 21? $91? Okay, good, great. So move in a fast way. Now the next one is your where clause. Do like it like this. Where. Okay. What we will do in where retrieves values by condition, or you can say where is a type of filter. Select star the same statement again from customers. Now you have to implement the where clause. Where means we are asking that a particular condition this statement has to fulfill, like country equals to the string always be in commas. Mexico. Close the statement. This is known as your where statement. Where is used to implement the filters. Okay. Filtering by giving some conditions. Right. So this is where clause. Okay. When we execute this function, what we will get? We will get a particular city, or you can say a particular country that name Mexico. Okay. Okay. You got that? All of you got the point of where? Okay. Let me move with the slides so you will get more eyes on it. And we can move more quickly also. Here is the where syntax. Now, what is where syntax? See, select column 1 or column 2, whatever you are giving the query of particular column from table name. The table name which is we are retrieving, and where is used with the conditions. Let's see an example that we just completed. What we use? Select star from customers, and only which customers whose country is Mexico. What we are doing? We are expanding our search, or we are expanding our extraction on the basis of some conditions. And where clause gives us the opportunity to implement the conditions. Through these conditions, your table is further filtered. You can say you are using the aggregations, calculations to retrieve a particular value from the table. Okay. And remember the thing that where is not only used with the select statement, it will further, as you will see, it will further used with update, delete, and many more commands also. Okay. Now we will see what are text fields and numerical fields. There are only two things in the data set of any database. One is your numerical part and second your text part. Okay, so how to represent text fields and numerical fields in SQL, we will see it. See, in the previous example you seen, we mentioned the country equals to Mexico. Mexico is covered into a double quotes or a single quote. Okay, because that was a text field. Whenever you are dealing with the numerical fields, it doesn't need any quotes. Okay, or you can say the commas. No, not commas, quotations, quotes. Okay, so either single or double quote is required with text fields only. Right? Remember that thing. If you will use the single quotes with your numerical fields, then the numerical field is to be treated as a text field because it will convert it into syntax of your you can say strings. Okay, so remember this thing, that where is to use your single quotes or double quotes and where the quotes are not needed. In numerical fields, there is no need to use your single or double quotes, and in your text fields, it must be used that you will close your text fields into quotes. Remember this thing. Okay. These are the operators used with the where clause. What are the operators? Let me go back to my previous slide here. Here you see the equal to is mentioned over here, right? This is known as the operator. What kind of condition you are implementing is known as the operator. Here we mentioned the equals to. It means the country must be equals to the Mexico, right? Now, moving ahead, these are the different operators that are used with your where clause. It can be equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equals than, less than or equals to, okay, less than or equal, not equal, like that. And there are three more commands, that is between, like, and in. Okay. Now, next command are and, or, not. Hope you all heard about these operators, that what is in your conditional statements or in your other when you want to say that this and this or this not this, right? So what are these operators? These are operators which work with conditions. We are giving some conditions with where clause to filter your data from some columns or from the table. Okay, so let's see what and syntax is and what is or syntax and what is not syntax. See, this is your and syntax. First two are very known with you. Okay, select column 1, 2 from the table name, or you can say select star, right? Third one is where condition 1. Let's say country equals to Mexico and country equals to this and country equals to this. So and statement gives us the option of using multiple conditions along with in a single where, right? So what is the condition to execute it? We will see in the example. Okay, moving with the or syntax, same thing, just replacing and with the or. Okay, what about not statement? The same thing, just not condition. It means if you want to say that select star from customers where not country equals to Mexico, what will you retrieve? You will retrieve all the conditions, all the data, just not Mexico will come. Okay, all the other data than Mexico. The entry that contains the Mexico country will not retrieve, and the other data will retrieve. Just opposite to the previous one. Okay, let's see in a fast mode of the example of these conditions. The first one is your AND statement. Execute this statement and tell me, are you getting any output or not? Are you getting any data from the table? And if you are getting any data, how many rows? Select star from customers, you already have. Where country equals to, already you have. Just copy and paste and change the syntax that is in front of you. And tell me what is the output you are getting. Are you really getting one row or nothing? Just the heading. One row. Okay. Okay. That's great. Good. So what it done? Right. What you have retrieved from the whole data, whenever these both conditions are fulfilled, the row which contains Germany as well as the city equals to Berlin, the only row will retrieved, right? So in AND statement, it is the condition that both these statements have to be true. If any entry that contains the country equals to Germany and the city equals to Berlin will be retrieved only. Okay, now see the next thing with OR. Change the condition and see how many rows will you retrieve now. $11, right? Anyone else? Who else completed it? 2. Okay, I only got 2 rows. Right, Vivek? The right answer is 2. Anyone else? Yes, 2. Nice. Okay, now moving with the third thing, that is your not. Now tell me what you are retrieving in this not statement. Country other than Germany, right? Good. No one else completed it. Okay. Moving ahead with the next part. Okay. Now perform this one. Use and or together. And then let me know what is your output result. Just to Sumit. One. 2. Vivek 2. 2. Do we have to use the U as we see inside? No, no. You don't need the same thing. Just use the simple U over there. Got it? Can we move ahead? Last one before 5 minutes break. This is the last one. We will take a small break of 5 minutes then. perform the last statement and let me know what you retrieved, and we will be back in 5 minutes. Okay. Very good, all of you. The output is 67. Now, coming towards the last thing of today's session, which is order by. Okay, we will see the how to arrange any column in ascending or descending order. That is order by. By using order by, you will easily sort the column by ascending and descending. Okay, let's see what is the syntax for order by. Same thing, select from and just using order by replacing where statement, order by the name of the column that you need to sort. Okay, then by default, if you will not use anything like ASC, TSC, it means ascending and descending. By default, ascending is assigned to the column. If you need to sort the column by descending order, you have to mention DESC over there. Okay, let's see an example so it will be clear. See, do this one. Do this one and see, is the column sorted according to ascending order or descending order? Let me know, is the column is in ascending or descending order? Right, Sumit, because by default ascending order is to be there. Okay, that's good. Next, now enter the term DESC, that is descending. Then see, is the country column is in descending order? Is it in descending order now? Okay. Now, if you want to sort two rows, or you can say two column, then it will take priority to the first one which is entered first, because it is not possible to sort two columns at a time, right? So it will enter the output from the column number 1, that is country only. Okay, so remember that this thing, don't get confused that why country and customer name both are not arranged accordingly, because if both the things are sorted as per your requirement, that is ascending or descending, then the relational data get disturbed, right? So it will consider only the first column which you entered, that is country over here. Okay, this you can implement these two more terms. Okay, and see